Welcome to the Instagram Stories for Monday, November 20th. I'm your host, Daniel Hill. You know what we do on Mondays? We talk about what the head of Instagram shared on his Ask Me Anything. And I want to take this moment to say that I really wish the CEO of TikTok, Shou Chew, did the same thing. If you are listening to the show and you either know someone who works at TikTok or maybe you work at TikTok, could you get in touch with Shou Chew and let him know? Number one, I'd love to have him on the show, obviously. And number two, he should totally do a weekly Ask Me Anything. People have a ton of questions about how TikTok works, and that would be an excellent opportunity for him to not only grow his brand, but also provide valuable information to creators who really want to know. Okay, let's get into Adam's questions and answers. Let's get into the first question. Can you please bring back the normal recent hashtags feature? There's been a lot of discussion about hashtags on Instagram because in a lot of ways they feel less relevant in 2023, 2024. Here's Adam's answer to that question.
I don't think we're going to do that. In general, we do want to support hashtags. We think it's a great way to find content that you're interested in, to find people who are interested in similar content. Sorry, I have a very upset 7-year-old over there. Apparently I'm very rude. But when it's purely recent, it becomes a vector for attack. People abuse it, spammers abuse it, various actors abuse it, and quite frankly, it's just not worth the trouble that it creates. And so, yes, we're going to continue to support tags on Instagram. We're even exploring how to support tags on Threads, but we're going to do so in a way that we think balances helping people connect over their interests and keeping people safe.
There you go. That somehow turned into a discussion about Threads and hashtags. So let's just do the questions that are all about Threads now. The next one, why am I seeing Threads posts on Instagram? It's not what I signed up for when I log into Instagram. Agreed, but come on, let's be fair. Instagram needs to promote Threads so that more people want to use it, and they're going to use the platforms that exist in order to do that. That's just how products work, right? Here's Adam's answer.
We're trying to help Threads grow by showing you Threads content that we think that you're interested in. If you're seeing content and you're not interested in it, that's on us and we need to do better. We've now made it so that you can opt out of having your content go from Threads to Instagram. We're going to work on more control features over time. But our hope is to help Threads creators reach a broader audience with their content, but specifically people who are interested in their content. So we're trying to grow creator reach for Threads creators.
Let's sum that answer up to say that you have to have a reason to open up the Threads app. And if you don't have a reason to do it, they can suggest those reasons from within the Instagram app. Let's go on to another Threads question. How's the test in Australia going where you can tag topics on Threads? If you're not familiar, you can tag posts on Instagram based on topic. And clearly Threads is testing that in Australia. I actually didn't realize that was the case, but it does make sense. They want to be able to categorize content, right? Here's Adam's answer.
It's true. Sorry, it's Friday. It's the end of a long week. It's too early to say how the tags test in Australia is going. We're excited about it. We want to see how people use it. We hope it's a way that people can help find content they're interested in, find people that are interested in similar content. But we won't really know how well it's doing for at least a few more days, if probably a few more weeks.
And the last question we're going to talk about that relates to Threads. Can I delete my Threads account without deleting my Instagram account yet? That is a very good question. Here's Adam's answer.
You can now actually delete your Threads profile without deleting your Instagram account or profile. It is still all one account. We don't yet have support for a Threads only account, but we're also looking into that.
We are going to take a quick break. When we come back, we're going to talk about photo filters. Instagram's rolled out some new ones. We talked about that last week. And why Instagram added replays to view counts. So stick around. And we're back. Let's get into the next question. Why did you add replays to view counts? I think we've talked about this a couple of times on the show now, but it's really to match what every other platform does. Replays should count as views, and you should see that in the count. If people watch a video over and over, that means they liked it, and so you should be rewarded for that. Here's Adam's answer.
For two reasons. One, it's the industry standard, but two, it is a play. Like if someone sits there and watches your reel 3 times or 4 times, it seems like it's 3 or 4 views, not just 1 view.
And the next question has to do with photo filters, but it isn't a question. No cue, just loving the new photo filters. There are a lot new photo filters in Instagram if you didn't notice.
Thanks for the love. I'm starting to use them myself. It's going to take a little while to get used to them. I did really like Color Bleed for a photo this week. I also like that there's warm and cool versions for a lot of these, but post more, try them out. Let me know what you think.
Okay, there weren't that many questions this week, so let's try a question from a prior week that I didn't cover. Let's talk about Meta glasses. I personally am not really into the concept of Meta glasses. I thought Google glasses were very cool in 2013, 2014. I saw someone on the train with them one time and I asked them about 100 questions and they were probably super annoyed. And then Snapchat Spectacles came out, I want to say in 2015, and I bought a pair. I thought they were expensive, but I just did it anyway and I regretted it later. And frankly, I'm still salty about buying those glasses, and therefore I will not buy any more smart glasses until they super really impress me and I think they're amazing and I can't live without them, and I haven't seen anything like that. The question for Adam is, have you tried Meta glasses? Here's his answer.
I have, actually. They're really exciting. I haven't made them my daily driver because I kind of like these frames, but the sleeper hit, if you haven't tried them yet, is really the audio, both the microphones, and there's even one right here in the bridge, and the speakers. You should be able to take phone calls, listen to podcasts, do that sort of thing on the fly while out and about has been pretty amazing. So I highly recommend you try them if you haven't.
And the last question we're going to talk about, what are you working on right now that's giving you energy? This is a really good question because he does a deep dive into how the Instagram teams work and how they could be working together more cohesively, which is a really interesting thing if you are interested in working at Instagram, which I am. Nobody's responded to my applications to work there yet, but maybe one day. Anyway, here's the answer to the question, what are you working on right now that's giving you energy?
The things that I'm doing now that are giving me the most energy is trying to better tie together our efforts across different teams at Instagram and at Threads. So how can we get our product teams and our ranking teams and our partnership teams and our marketing teams all amplifying each other's impact, as opposed to doing good work that makes sense as a whole, but isn't deeply integrated and connected. And because of where I sit, I have an opportunity to actually look at all these different teams and what they're doing and find opportunities to work together more closely. It might be frustrating for some of the teams at times, but that is the thing that is personally giving me the most energy right now.
Okay, that is going to do it for today's episode. Hopefully you liked this content. If you do enjoy it, please tell somebody else about this show. That's a great way to share it with others. Let them know that this show exists. Send them a link to Apple Music or Spotify or wherever you listen to it and say, hey, you're really up on tech news and social media things. Do you know about this show? And that would be awesome. And I would be forever in your debt. If you post it on social, tag me. I would also really love that. Thank you so much for listening, and come back next time for more social media news, strategy, or other things you need to know about.
I'm not yet a member of the Instagram team, but my podcast covers many Instagram themes. But the name, image, logos are trademarks at Instagram and the LCC in the USA and every territory. Everything I publish independently until Zuck returns my DMs and starts to pay my salary. Not sponsored or endorsed, no lies, no fallacies. I use their logo with permission, not malicious or callously. No trademark violation, filling all criteria. Follow me on Instagram or Twitter at Daniel Hill Media.